This is our family, and this is our van life adventure. If you'd like to follow on with all of our adventures, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are fresh off the boat in Spain, and our first stops takes us to the Bodegas vineyards, next door to El Ciego town. It's a beautiful, quaint town in the northern mountains of Spain, surrounded by the Valdelena family vineyards. Our first job is to explore and get to know where we are. Once we've done that, we decide to get ourselves a little more familiar with what the region is most famous for. Yes, darling. Can we get this one, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, shall we get that one?
Is that the most expensive?
Yeah, it's the one with gold in.
Gold.
You get the gold wine? Yeah, I'm going to get that one.
The top one. The top one.
Edible gold.
Mommy, then we get the top one, and then I have the gold.
I wish I was, but we're not.
Mommy, then I...
We get to have a cheeky sample of a couple of wines before we buy our bottle. But as you can see, I have absolutely no idea how to behave in an establishment like this. You got Valentine's Day sorted. Couldn't come to Rioja without buying a Rioja. But after a couple of beautiful days, we are heading south again to find the good weather, with little stops along the way. Now, I'd be lying if I said that every stop in Spain was luxurious. It's not. But there's almost always two things you can count on to keep the kids happy. Firstly, find your local bakery. Look at the big giant palm.
Where's the sweet?
Una mini palmeras choco. All right, please no comments on my attempt at Spanish. I am trying.
Gracias.
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 Let's go. Good? And once you're done with the bakery, there's always a playground. And in Spain, playgrounds are open till really late in the evening. Now we're on to a stop that is a little bit more special, but for this we have to head into the mountains, which means I'm testing Perry's driving skills. Ah! I was a little intimidated. Oh, look how beautiful, crystal clear that stream is.
Fits though.
She fits! She fits! She did make it! Eek!
We're going to come off this winding road.
Yeah, babe. Yeah. Now the road may be windy and mountainous and very thin, but look at that view. Now we've done all that so we can get here. Fuente De Banos. So today we're in the beautiful southern mountains of Spain visiting Fuente de los Banos, which is supposedly a natural thermal spring. So we're very excited. Let's see how warm it is. Now looking around, this place is absolutely beautiful and we have been blessed with particularly good weather, even for Spain. And with water that clear, it's not long before we're all in. Even Perry got in! When we were driving here today, and yes, it was a little hairy, I asked Perry if he would rather be here or at work in London in the rain. And he wasn't sure. Now we have arrived.
Yeah. What's this stick?
Let's see what he says. Darling, would you prefer to be here or would you like to be back in London in the rain?
Definitely here. It's a nice warm February.
Even with the drive?
Even with the stress and headache of the drive, it was worth it.
It was worth it. I was right. It was worth it. It's always worth it. Now, when we first got there, we went to the right of the bridge and spent most of our time there splashing about. But I would suggest you go to the left. There isn't as nice areas to sit down and rest on the left, but that is where there are more warm spots. That is where the real thermal spring is. And do you want to know how I figured out where all the hot spots are? Because I swam along them all the way down there into the distance. There I am! It was about this point I started to panic because I couldn't see the bottom and swam back. If you'd like a more easily accessible warm spot, then this little rock pool right in front of the cafe is very, very warm and shallow. We love Fuente De Banos so much we came 2 days in a row and made sure we stayed at a park up very nearby. Now, it's reputed to get very, very busy in the summer, but we were very lucky in February that it was still warm enough to go and quiet enough to enjoy it. Though after the sun dipped down the mountains, the evening air was a little too chill and we began to head home. Some took a more creative way than others. And we're doing our final drive of the first week. And we're heading all the way down to Valencia. We've hit the south coast. So we have just arrived in Valencia on the south coast of Spain. Well, not just arrived, a couple of hours ago. I've left Perry with the boys in the RV because I'm popping to the shops. We've had 2 gorgeous days at the thermal springs in the mountains, but today is Valentine's Day, so I am heading to the supermarket to go and buy something, or try and buy something nice for dinner for me and Perry to have with our lovely bottle of red wine that we got from Rioja. And Perry is probably gonna go play football with the boys or something, hopefully get them good and tired, and then once they're in bed we can have a lovely bottle of red wine and some yummy food. And one good thing about Spain is that they may take a big old break in the middle of the day, but it's lively all day and quite well into the evenings, so it's busy roads, busy shops until 9-10 o'clock at night because they take 3 hours of a break in the middle of the day. Now, I get the fun job of trying to source a gourmet vegan meal in a Spanish supermarket. It's a challenge, though the fresh area is slightly better. Heading back from the supermarket, it was a bit of a mixed bag. It's always a bit hit and miss in Spain, but I managed to get some gorgeous veg and beautiful bread, which is always, at least that's always available. And we'll just see what I can stick together. Might be a bit of a weird mix. We'll see. Whatever we end up with, it's not exactly going to taste bad with a bottle of red like this. So it's very late because the boys didn't want to fall asleep, but our Valentine's dinner is finally ready. Not too shabby, even if I do say so myself. Our first actual beach day was a little disappointing. It was pretty misty and cold and windy, but whatever the weather, these two are going to find a way to play. Doesn't matter how cold it is, they can't help themselves, can they?
Cold.
There's just one last thing to do to round out our week.
We have just left the van to get our first late night churros since we got here.
This little dude's on a mission.
Let's see if they've got some.
What do you think, Leo?
Good. Nice.
Nice?
So
Lovely.
describe the flavour to me. I've
Lovely.
never had churros. Describe it.
Is it nice, Ollie?
Get your churros. Find out.
We couldn't really have asked much more from our first week in Spain. It's been absolutely bliss. It's been so good to be on the road again, and we can't wait to see what else this trip has in store.
Thank you for watching our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Goodbye.